Hey Siri, pause.
Yo, yo. Perfect. Let's go into this. Oh. Hello. Sorry, guys. This was a bit of a madness with audio. Like, I don't know, my AirPods were just giving up on me. So, like, got a few people locked in on the YouTube, a couple people in the group. Hey, Max, how you doing, man? Davino's already said he can't speak. So it's just gonna be me and you right now. Seems like just
Nice, nice.
nice. Yeah. So yeah, look, stop me at any point. I'm just gonna do a top down. We'll look at a couple of fundamentals as well. Let's just see if is there anyone else jumping on. Oh, that's all good. All right, cool. Um, so last week, what did we see? I'm gonna turn my markups back on. So they've got marked up. Beautiful, nice and simple. So weekly time frame, what we're seeing, ourselves trade right back up into this extreme of this bearish weekly swing range. Couple of things to happen from here. Let's see if we actually tapped into this area. Not quite yet. So we have a bit more to trade into, to actually trade into this wick, which is the last point of supply as we, push down and broke this low. So a couple of things that can play out. We can either continue, or we could easily, blow this top, trade higher. So yeah, there is a couple of yo guys, what are you saying, man?
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Why is everyone 5 minutes late? What's going on? He's like, you coordinated it. Like everyone just jumped on 5 minutes later. Yeah, it's good. Let me mute my guy, unfortunately. The background noise is mad. Yeah, so just doing a quick top down, and we're gonna kind of. Oh, he was on YouTube. Mad, mad, mad. Nah, the YouTube is just out there. It's just out there for anyone that subscribed. Because this is a nice way to start the week. You guys jump on the Zoom for sure, man. Jump on the Zoom for sure. Um, right, yeah. So weekly top down vibes. Yep, we're in this bearish swing range. I'm gonna take a snapshot of that for my for my weekly forecast. Daily, what we seeing, similar stuff. We're on these bearish swing ranges. I've got the same range for my daily and my weekly. We're coming into this area. I think we talked about this a bit at the end of last week. This liquidity build up here, which I don't want a low time frame one. This one, long one.
At the 4 hours, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Greg, what you saying, bro? It just surprised me because obviously it's just like, oh yeah, you're in. Yeah, so we've got some liquidity rest in here. And this is not the strongest high on a daily. Can easily see this being ran, and we'll look at some fundamentals a bit later, see if there's any reason for that any excuses they can use. But yeah, still open to play this continuation downwards. Because that's the swing range in itself. But yeah, open for it to below the top as well. Going to the 4 hour. So for me, I still got the swing bearish. I know I was talking to Greg and you've gone bullish on the swings, which you could look at that way too. But one thing that's for sure is we've got bullish order flow. We've traded up into this first. This is really the significant supplier, and that's the one that took out this low. There may be some supply left in this, so I'll be watching that, but I won't be playing any of these POIs. I had a chat in the last week with Cam. There is a POI right up here, which we can consider. However, just in terms of if price does get up there, I'd like to see a switch in order flow before touching anything in terms of sales. And probably if it gets up there, bear in mind that this is I wouldn't say it's the strongest high, but there's liquidity above this high. There's always liquidity above high. So there's plenty of reason once it gets up to here to actually take that high out. Let me just stretch these forwards for my actual. So in terms of markups, I always like put 7 days, a week ahead. I have a bit of space. Obviously, the week price action can play out this is 4 hour. Yeah, that's how I like to be a good week ahead. So 2nd August, let's drag these out to here. And just update this markup a bit. Boom, 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 boom. Much better. Throw this in here. What would be great is obviously I like this exercise of having all these POIs because if we do break bullish, these are the continuation below POIs for when price does pull back. We can see price pull back into this POI or even into this hasn't broken anything yet, but there is like these buy to sell wicks here, which are kind of interesting, but I'd want to see it break the supply zone before playing those really aggressively. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm looking at. We can still continue. Just bear in mind that the continuation phase can still kind of take place from any of these POIs, or it could just return back from here. So that's my 4 hour. And then if we jump into the 15-minute, pretty much the same as when we left it on Friday. So we've taken out this refined area. Let me just actually show that. So we had this like wick, which it came into, took that out, and we're technically trading into the supply left in this big buy to sell move, which mitigated out of here. And then this is like my final POI on the 15-minute, which is right up in here, this wick. So obviously there's a lot of intent from the sellers from here because this is what really initiated this sell-off. So I think I have just tapped into this, so I'll leave that on. Stretch this out to the 1st of August, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Right, cool. And then on the M15, we are looking at this is my swing. So I've got quite a large swing. And we could be seeing some pullback trades early in this week. A couple of reasons why. If let's move all this grade and stuff for now. There we go. Let's move this stuff over here. And the reason is obviously you can see there's liquidity here. This is just too clean, way too clean. I could see a lot of that getting taken out early in the week. If we look along here, there's a little bit of liquidity here, but this level, this whole kind of range is a bit vulnerable, if I'd call it that. But yeah, they could get a liquidity run, maybe back into this POI, but definitely looking at these still to get played off of. It's quite a big impulsive move, and then also we had this here as well. So obviously, if we stay within this range, I'm pretty happy to buy up. Let's see. This is an interesting POI. So within here, this is the 15-minute. As soon as we tap into the equilibrium of this range, and what I'd like to do now, just to see if there's any confluence on the 4-hour in that area, which I believe may be that buy to sell. Oh, sorry, sell to buy wicks. Can you detail how you mark up this swing structure on the 15? Yeah, 100%. We'll zoom out and have a look at it. So what I want to do here, just quickly check on the 4-hour what that is, and I imagine it's at the same area. Yeah, some buy to sell wicks on the 4-hour. Let's just double check that. Yeah, there we go. So that's a buy to sell wicks. So there's a 4-hour POI in that. So what I'll just do for the purposes of, it's gone way too far. For the purpose of this, I'll just put that as 4. You can see this on the 4-hour. 4-hour. So again, if we do get price taking out all of this liquidity coming into here and giving us a change in order flow to bullish, so let's start grading these actually. Let's start grading these. It makes it a bit clearer. Pull a supply zone here. The 15-minute candle here. We have broken bearish order flow as of last. Going to the 5-minute in a minute actually. Have a look. But yes, the supply zone here. We'll dive into the 5-minute. But just in terms of POIs, this is an 11 out of 13 trade out of this 4-hour POI. And this also would be an 11 out of 13 trade because we are discounted and we're out of a high time frame POI. And that would be the only 2 real POIs I'm looking at to buy from if we are going to take longs coming into early in the week or Monday. Price will probably change a lot by then. And then if we have shifted bearish on order flow here, and we'll just dive into the 5-minute and have a closer look. I think late in the day, we came up, we pulled back here. You can see we broke, and then yeah, we did break. We broke back here. So just, yeah. So in terms of Asian market sessions, all right, sweet. I'll zoom back out and do both of those things at the same time. So in terms of this, it's that 15-minute POI. Obviously, this price will all change by Monday, New York session. However, just as it stands, we could definitely pull back from here. We are in a high time frame POI, so this would be with order flow, an A-star trade. If we are going to trade it like right now, a short with a confirmation model out of the supply zone, and let's draw a little arrow there. Whoop. And that would give us the pullback phase into this 15 range, and we'd be looking to take longs. No longs until here, unless we get a shift of order flow back to bullish out of one of these POIs. But I wouldn't be trying to play any of these POIs because my swing is all the way down here. let me just grab this as a markup, then I'll answer those couple of questions about Asian sessions, etc. Hold on. Well, so pretty happy with that. Let's just have a quick flick here. Bam. All right, sweet. So question was about 15 swing ranges. The way that I like to look at it is I did, go through the whole phase of measuring ranges, etc. However, it's simpler for me, and I'll flick on the Asian session at this point as well. There they are. Yeah, you can see them here. So just for clarification, this is my Asian session here. That's my Asian session here. That's my Asian session. I also blank out London lull because I don't trade it. So these are two sessions I just don't trade. I don't take trades in these gray boxes, but the larger one is Asian. When it comes to 15 swing ranges, I want to see price swinging from point to point. And I think when I talk about low time frame, obviously we do stick on the 15 minute, which is a little bit confusing, but my low time frame is under 1 hour. So if I jump into the 30 minute, that swing range still needs to make sense to me. And as you can see here, this was a consolidation and continuation. It wasn't price swinging and pulling back and then making a new range. It was literally we swang. Yeah, we had a swing upwards in price. Momentum came in, consolidated and continued. So that for me is one swing range. Again, if we just go to something like the 45 minute, which I think is, if you want to just confirm what you're seeing on the 15, is you can see we swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up, and then we consolidate, swing up, consolidate, come down enough into this range. Basically, we have a discounted mitigation or near enough, and then swing up. This didn't even try to come down and mitigate. So my advice would be, if you wanted to just look into the swing ranges more, is look at it on the 15, then just zoom 30 and 45 and just make sure that price looks like it's swinging. It's all about the momentum and less about, should I say, structure. It's just I'm looking at where's the kind of momentum came into the market and made a significant shift in price. That way I don't get into too many changes in kind of the overall bias of the market. And also when it comes into order flow, obviously I'm looking at order flow in the 5 minute. That is enough kind of, should I say, fractal look at where the orders are shifting. And then I want to be with the overall bias. So I don't want to count myself out of trades here necessarily, because coming down here, just for me, if you look at this time frame in 45 minute, it's just then grabbing liquidity, because there's so much liquidity being created in all of this. If I just draw like even a cup, like look at that, that's just all liquidity creation. It's not actually a new swing range. So for Max, did that make sense? Is that clear? No, you just jump on the mic, to be fair.
Yeah, 100% clear.
Yeah. Sweet. I can't remember. Greg, you look at it a little bit differently. Did that make sense in terms of how I look at it, though?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Personally, got it a bit different, just because I just look at pip count as well as like a so my break would be, I'll annotate for a second. What time frame is this? 45.
Yeah.
Regardless, my break's like, I've done it in white. That's not good, is it? My break is like here.
Yes.
Then if you come into this 4 hour, it kind of gives me a chance to, it gives me confidence that we are going to go bearish and then we can take whatever down. So just a bit different.
Yeah, no, 150%. Like it's I do have pip counts. I think even when the first few sessions I did, we talked about pip counts. And the reason I just strayed away from them is like in areas like these, like you can look at 15 being bearish, but it's just not. The swing isn't bearish. Order flow, definitely bearish. And that's why, just like, again, backtest it, have a real good look at like order flow versus swing, because what I do believe when you mark it like that, that's order flow. You're still like in order flow realms. it's not actually where the market has swung and momentum has changed in terms of the swing of the market, because order flow does shift again 4 or 5 times within like a range, like even at 15, you know what I mean? Like it does shift. Just give it a little bit from experience from the back testing, just giving it a bit more space just gives you again, I do intraday to swing, isn't it? So it's a bit different. But yeah, it just gives you a little bit more confidence with the long-term movement of the market. But that's about it really in terms of the top down. What I do now, I'll just kind of flick into, unless there's anything anyone else wants to look at right now. I think there was a couple of questions earlier and I said I was going to answer them later. Seconds indicator, did everyone figure it out?
I'm going to do that tonight, actually. So I'll need it for what's that, my challenge. Yeah, it was just such a nightmare because I took a trade on, I think it might have been Wednesday, and it was a loss on the TV price or a setup.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get tagged on MT4. So it's like, I avoided the loss. Yeah, great. But I wanted to be tagged in. Just a bit weird. So I do.
Yeah. What I'd say is, yeah, I'm a little bit biased to MT5 just because the plugins are more stable and stuff. But yeah, like I know it works MT4. I've not used the actual one that I linked to, so I can only vouch for the one that I use, isn't it? Because it could be. I did read the reviews on that one just as I was looking at the link. I was like, the reviews aren't great. So I'll just like a little air of caution. But in terms of, just share this MT5 window. Right, what's MT5 gone? So all you have to do really is, as you can see along the bottom, I've got a couple of tabs open, and it's just the same. You know, if you just go new chart, here we go. I'm gonna be a noob now. Forex, so indices, US30. You'll open a new chart, and then you just have to have this open on the left-hand side, and what you'll do is drag the seconds time frame chart onto it as an indicator, and then just select your time frame. So let's do 15 seconds for sake, and it will load it in. So this is the 15-second view of the market right now. The time frame at the top doesn't matter, but you can't. So for instance, let me just do that a bit more intelligently. I'll close that. Let me do that again. So what I would do with my indices, I'll put on my template, because obviously that's got my trade assistant, everything loaded in. So that's quite important. And then I would select like M15, for example, if I want to use 15 second. And then I would pull it on and change that to 15 seconds. The reason is you can't change the time frame here and have it change here. So that lets me know that's like the 15-second one, and normally that's set on M5. I don't know why it's set on M1. That's a bit confusing, but I'd know, say that's my 5-second view, that's my 15-second view, and the control is within the indicator. It's not actually on the time frames up here.
It's a gap indicator as well for that one.
No, it doesn't know. So this is only because like this is the end of the session. Like it usually looks like this, which is
not too bad.
It's perfectly fine.
It's totally fine.
It's perfectly fine. But it's end of the session, low volume. There's just no volume in it, and you shouldn't be trading that anyway. It's suicide. And then I'll have the normal view, like the 1 minute where I can kind of cycle through. So what I do is I execute on the seconds view, but I will manage my trade on this view. Very important, because this doesn't zoom out well. Like it doesn't actually scale. You know, like how the normal views scale. This won't scale like that. It'll snap back to being, you can't basically, see a 1 minute or 5 minute or 15-minute view. So do not do any management on the screen. This is how I got at, that trade I was really sorry about that closed early, is because I'd put partials on this view without paying attention, and I'd managed it on this view. So it took partials twice at the same place, 75% twice, and then it closed the trade because you can't do that in it. So just be wary of that. Like, don't set any partials, don't do any management, don't set TPs on this view. Just execute and then come into this view, and you'll see the trade execution, and set your TP and etc. But always on the the one where you can change the time frames. Don't be like me. Don't do it twice. Yeah, but yeah, really good. This is a game changer. I've should have really talked about it a lot earlier because yeah, most of the times I'm just using this as a guide, and I'm looking at the seconds candles on here, and I always execute from here. I just like to have the two to compare, especially when it's like, is it actually taking liquidity, or is it actually a chalk on the 5 second? And that's massively changed the game. So yeah, in terms of that other question about like stop losses, that's why I can say with confidence, like, yeah, no, if it's 0.8, it's 0.8. If it's, if it's like 5 points, it's 5 points. If it's 8 points, it's 8 points. I don't need to set a particular like set size because I can cover the highs and the lows pretty well because I can see them.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I was going to touch on a little bit, like the fundamentals. I always like to do a quick fundamentals overview. So my bias is for price to probably, trade. I want to see the highs go, but now I want to tap into fundamentals and see what that's saying. I only use one site really. Let's just see if I can share this window too. I don't even know what's sharing right now.
Yeah.
Can you see? So I've got to sign into my own meeting. Let's just see. Can you see me typing in investing.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, sweet. So yeah, this is the site I use. I read 3 things, especially when it comes to US30. Like a week ahead. This guy's pretty good. He does talk about US30 and all the other indices, as well as like fundamentals that affect them. And it's got a good opinion. They do their trend line stuff, which is good as well, because you've got to see, like, at the end of the day, it's what most people are doing. So it gives you a view on what they think. Obviously, the best article is, where is it? Let's see, news, its latest. They not released it. Let's go most popular. Yeah, top 5 things. This was the banger. So I'll read this. Let's go through it. So NFP this week. Oh yes, NFP week. Great, fantastic. It's gonna be flipping slow in it. So yeah, first half of the week, let's get these trades in. That'd be really helpful. Fed speak. Who's speaking? A few Fed people. That doesn't really move the market that much, in my opinion. There's earnings coming out. We've got Uber on what day is this? So, because what's really important for US30 is earnings. Earnings are something that like pushes it. And last week we got a lot of positive earnings. That's the reason why we saw the jump. So I'm trying to see what day. They don't tell me what day. Bloody hell! That's annoying. I'll have a look into that and throw out some days. So normally what that means is like late NY, then most of them report like at the end of the market or pre-market. So it means like at the end of the market, you can get some pretty big rallies. So if we're heading bullish into the end of the day and we've got earnings and everyone's earnings have been good, it means we're probably going to blow these highs. Now, just looking at this and seeing where price is, I'm more confident we're going to take those highs. Because the rally has been, earnings have been good. US stocks, 9.1%, upbeat earnings. So they're all pushing for it. They're all pushing for earnings, good earnings, and that we're going to trade higher, and we can see there's plenty of liquidity for that to happen. So that's how I like to do fundamentals. Just do my technical first, see what the fundamentals are saying, and see if there's a correlation of some sort. And for me, yeah. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish overall. Let me just tap into the calendar real quick. It's not going to tell me anything I don't know already, I don't think. Bro, this is looking ugly. What's going on here? I'm not signed in, that's why. Bro. Thank you. So this week, yeah, just NFP, jobless claims don't really do anything. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't really do it. PMI, we might get some movement on Wednesday. PMI is it's an interesting fundamental. But apart from that, like Wednesday 3 o'clock, and then Friday for movements. And NFP has been doing nothing recently, so we should hopefully be able to get some good trades before then, and it all slows down, and it's at Barcode PA. So yeah, overall, just to, like, the recap is I'm pretty bullish. I'll just go back to the technicals now. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish. That's just back on the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we're gonna at least see this liquidated, and whether we trade higher or not is how far they want to push it. We have to still remember that this is quite a significant like supply zone. We only barely mitigated it for the sell-off, so we could just easily come higher into it, and it is there on multiple time frames, like it's still there. If we do get quite crazy in terms of bullish momentum, then it's not unrealistic to see this level go as well, because it's like a perfect set of double highs and us trade into this. This is, if we just flew through this, how US30 can be, and just kept rallying, then this would be the next logical point after these to fall back down. But yeah, that's it. That's about it. That's my outlook. Is there any question, anything else, or we good? Yeah, sweet. Next week I'm gonna do a strategy session. Question while you're all on is like Saturday or Sunday, what's a better day?
For me personally, Saturday.
Oh, sweet. Oh, Sunday for All right, cool. Yeah, I'll just have to clear out some time. I want to just go through. You can also do Saturday, yeah? Okay. Yeah, let's do Saturday. Yeah, I just want to really go deep into the strategy and just some of the refinements. I think where it's all good, and people like Davina, man, he's a money maker. He's multiple funded accounts. I'm not trying to teach him anything, but like in terms of the rest of us that have seen the strategy, I just want to really go over like the confirmation stages, so you're getting the most out of it, because it is all good. I think I was talking to Max about like refinements, but it's good to refine from a base, and at least from having done. Hey, my guy, yeah, having done one-to-ones with everyone here, it's like, let's just make sure that our base is solid and we understand everything in that base, and then go ahead and refine afterwards. I want to obviously help everyone get to that point of like profitability as fast as possible. So I think that's a worthwhile use of our time, just diving in again, like one big group one-to-one, on especially the grading system and the whole identify confirm stages, because that for me personally, yeah, has been the game changer. So yeah, I'll see you guys Thursday. But until then, obviously trade safe, man. Catch some pips. I won't be trading tomorrow, but I'll be live with you like in the chat on Tuesday. So yeah, man. Thanks for locking in. I'll catch you guys in the week. Peace.
Cheers, mate. See you.